So, come in here for a minute on, without hesitation, deviation or repetition, on the theme of magical girls. Magical girls. Starting now.
Raw, magical girls are whimsical, fascinating, mysterious. In order to find them, you must go forth to the other realms. Enjoy the avatars of their cats, the sprinkling magic, the rainbows. It's enjoyable in order to have... And now we go on into finding out that
I'm sorry. That was a challenge. What was it?
I think I had a problem with magic.
Was it a hesitation, a deviation, or a repetition?
I'm gonna go with hesitation on that, Paul.
You want to use your lifeline on this one?
I think there was a hesitation there. So, okay, you have 42 seconds to take your topic on the subject of magical girls starting now.
Magical girls are amazing creatures to behold because of the wondrous things that they wear and the things that they do.
Stop!
Yes?
He double-thinned it, so that would be Thing's a pretty long word.
I think in this case that things, yes, is too long. So yes, Joe, you get a point for a correct challenge, and Joe, you have 31 seconds on the subject of magical girls starting now.
Magical girls are magical. They're like cat girls, but more magical. You can enjoy...
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, wait, maybe I got it. Now, was that your challenge?
That was my challenge.
And what was it?
Deviation.
Why?
Because he went from magical girls to cat girls, and that's just being too catty.
I think that cat girls are also magical, so that's an incorrect challenge. So Joe gets a point for that.
I think it could be signs we don't understand.
Anyway. A point for Joe, and you have 17 seconds on the subject of magical girls starting now.
Magical girls can do many magical things. They can disappear, they can suddenly reappear in other places, always with sparkling eyes and nice flowing dresses. Many of them have wands that they wave about to do magical things, such as...
Oh, yeah. And Joe is talking nice a bit then.
Give more to drink.
So that's a point to Joe speaking as the minute waits. So that's the end of our first round, and at the end of our first round, who's in the lead?
Joe.
Nobody's going to challenge that?
Okay. So at the end of our first round, Joe has 8 points. Tadao and Joey both have 4 points, and Owen has yet to score.
You're a magical girl.
So,
did you see me not touch that joke?
Yeah.
Are you proud of me?
No. So, to begin the second round, Joe, would you talk for us for a minute on the subject of fan service? On the subject of fan service starting now.
I understand that fan service is the act of including anything in your product that you think fans will indeed enjoy, such as perhaps shots of young ladies' panties, or some sort of tentacles, or perhaps tentacles near women's...
I think I heard Erin first by relativity.
Okay, let me just start arguing right now.
So that's Erin, what's your challenge?
He's actually hesitating. And the reason I know this is the number of times that I have observed Joseph Strickland playing just a minute. He hesitates by listing things exactly 3 times. And that is the way that we can then catch up on what he's going to say next.
Just to give you a point, I also said tentacles twice.
That was my chance.
Wait, can you challenge yourself?
You're up to be there, but okay. Let's say he was hesitating. Aaron, you have 43 seconds on the subject of fan service starting now.
One of my favorite forms of fan service is the slash, when you take two items from separate fandoms and put them together, such as what's going on right now in the audience with a TARDIS and a Mario mustache that has been entertaining me for the last 5 minutes or so.
I think I heard Tadao first there.
I think that was a hesitation.
Yes, it was a hesitation.
Someone take the Lego thing down.
It was a dirty great pause for dramatic effect. So,
Thank you for taking that, Tadao. I just wanted to have an excuse to take a drink. You know how bothered thinking about Mario and the TARDIS.
Tadao gets a point for a correct challenge and another 21 seconds on the subject of fan service starting now.
Fan service どうもこの池新宿がフィードジャパンなテント
Stop! I have no way of knowing this, but it's entirely possible you repeated a word.
Always contestants find ways to push the envelope on this game. Tadao, I think by taking your answer outside of the realm of possible I'm inclined to allow Joe that challenge. We were entertained by the extraordinary use of Japanese. If Japanese it was. Since you keep telling me you can't speak the language. Okay. Joe.
That was genuine Texan. I know, I read it on the internet.
I was going to call a moral deviation because I know what he said.
Joe, you get a point for a sort of correct challenge. And you have 15 seconds on the subject of fan service starting now.
The most I've ever enjoyed fan service has lasted much longer than 15 seconds. It was in Cowboy Bebop when there was a close-up of Ein and his little eye looked like it was crying.
Stop.
And, yes?
That seems deviation-y.
It's not even a word!
Well, how was that fan service? The close-up on Ein's crying?
Yeah, crying Gajo. Really.
A lot of people find different things attractive, and I don't think this is really the place to talk about it. Also, fan service, it literally means something a fan would like to see, right?
Okay, I must say, I think horses for courses, different strokes for different folks. Whatever turns you on, Joseph. So that's a point to Joe for an incorrect challenge. Joe, you have 1 second to talk about fan service starting now.
Did I deviate too much there?
And Joe,
I know that was
speaking as the whistle went. So, Aaron, I'd really like you to speak for a minute on the subject I would really like you to speak for a minute without hesitation, deviation or repetition on the subject of yaoi.
One of my favorite things on the subject of yaoi is here at Anime Detour we have something known as the yaoi paddle. Walking up and down the hallways, you'll see many fine young folk carrying these large wooden boards with handles sticking out, known for yaoi paddling. Now, at one such event, they came here with, no way, I shouldn't talk about this.
Stop.
I can't wait to hear this one.
You interrupted. What was your challenge?
Where I was going.
Erin stopped to verbally acknowledge that she was not going to continue to speak.
I believe that does qualify as a hesitation. or more like something out of the King's Speech. So,
You know my secrets.
so Joe, you get a point for a correct challenge, and 36 seconds on the subject of yaoi. This should be entertaining, hopefully. Starting now.
Erin once told me the story that she was indeed sharing with you, so I will complete it for her about the yaoi paddle. The person was walking up and down the...
There was an
Yes, that was an
and he's got me on that way too many times.
Yes, indeed. So, we may never know. So, Joey, unless you know the story of the yaoi paddle, Joey, you get a point for a correct challenge. And you have 26 seconds on the subject of yaoi, starting now.
As my dear husband Joseph Scrimshaw was just describing Aaron Hildebrand's wonderful story about paddling, I would just like to note that yaoi is an incredibly deep and beautiful thing for anyone to be a part of, including your friends or family, or pets, or even that Lego main thing.
Yeah.
You must be so proud.
Now, Jerry, do you actually even know what yaoi is?
No.
And so the paddle wand becomes the master.
Everyone can enjoy that. This is true.
So, Joey gets a point for speaking as the whistle went incredibly. And,